So with all my previous cosplays, with my past Lavellum ones, my Mage Hawk, I've always had to make my own patterns for armor and things like that. And because I was in my room and I didn't have much space, after I'd make a pattern, I would just chuck it out or it would get lost somewhere. And that would really annoy me because I'm constantly having to measure my shoulder over again and again, and I'd have to keep making new patterns. So now I have a box where I can store all my patterns so they don't get lost. So I'll show you kind of what I'm working on at the moment. The first things I started on was the front piece of the armor, which is really hard. It's probably been like almost a week of me trying to draw that pattern on some cardboard. I've made so many mistakes and I keep getting it wrong because it's just so hard to make it even and draw like the little lines, and I'm planning on using like fabric, 2 pieces of fabric, and sewing it or gluing it, I don't know, but I haven't got it quite yet, but I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep trying my best because I know I can get it. So yeah, so that's currently on the side. And my favorite thing to make is armor. So if you see, most of my characters that I cosplay always have armor because I just feel like a badass, and I really love making it because it's cool. So the first steps is making a pattern. So this is like a pattern that I've made for my shoulder. I'm pretty sure this is the top piece. So the way I made this is I just kind of freehanded it. Usually like I measure my shoulder and everything, but it was really late at night and I just wanted to make these, so I just kind of drew half of it and then stuck it like that, and I was like, oh, that looks good, and then I traced the other side, and yeah, so hopefully that looks alright. So that's the first step, is having some cardboard if you're making armor, is having some cardboard and doing some patterns first if you're doing your own pattern. So I did do a little progress videos. I don't know if I'll insert them in here or not, but I was just recording as I was working on them, just in case anyone wanted to see. So after this, I decided that I was going to use Warbler and craft foam for these pieces, just because foam was a little bit too thick, the foam that I have, and when I researched other people's cosplays, what they used for the pauldrons, like most people all used Warbler, and as well as I just liked the way it looked and I wanted to do details, and I thought Warbler would be easier. I don't know, it's probably not. So yeah, so after that I cut these pieces in some craft foam, and then this is where I'm up to right now. So you can see the craft foam inside there. And then I've just got one layer of Warbler over the top, cut the tag bits and stuck it on the side, and then I've got the second layer on there, and then I just tried to do some of those carvings that she has on the side, and then hopefully today maybe I'll go into doing the hearts and the little details and things like that. So yeah, these are pretty, what's that, the left side, these are pretty easy to make, I guess. But I hope they look okay. I think I'm planning on making a harness to have these two on, to keep them on my shoulders, and then yeah, for the rest of the armor I don't know if I'm going to use Warbler, we'll see. I'm also for the first time trying to make props. Like I've made 4 staffs, but 2 broke before, but those are definitely not like making swords and shields and things like that. So I thought I'd try my best at making a dagger, and this is what I've gotten so far. This is meant to be Isabella's dagger. It's just made of 2 pieces of EVA foam glued together, and then I just shaved it down with a Dremel. I'm currently still working on it, but that's that. And this is what it looked like before, because I have to make 2 Yeah, I found it's a lot of work. You have to have a lot of patience, but I listen to Dragon Age banters the whole time while I'm doing it, and it helps a lot, and it makes me smile hearing the characters talk. And this is just another dagger that I've made, which is kind of my own design slash kind of a design from Dragon Age, because I was meant to make a dagger from the game, but it just looked too hard for me to do. So a lot of what I do when like making cosplays is that if it's something like out of my skill range, I go ahead and throw my own design on it. Probably every single cosplay I've made, it's never like accurate to the cosplay. It always has something of me in it, because like if I can't make a belt myself or anything like that, I'll just go out and buy my own belt. And it could look completely different. That doesn't bother me. It's just that I'm more comfortable with having my own style, or I don't mind like having my own different look to it, because it kind of feels more me. And if there's flaws and things like that, that doesn't bother me either, because again, it kind of feels like my own cosplay, and I know that I've put a lot of effort into it. If you need help with your cosplay, you can always just post in cosplay Facebook groups. If there's like a cosplay group around your area, usually I've seen so many, usually they have some, because cosplay seems to be really popular now. But yeah, just do a lot of research before you start, kind of know what you're going to make, what your budget is, and don't have your expectations so high. Just go into it knowing that I'm going to make an amazing cosplay, and I'm going to cosplay that character, and I'm so excited to cosplay that character because I love that character so much, and now I sound crazy. But yeah, hopefully this was informative. I kind of feel like I'm gonna present some news or something with this cool background. Like I'm Hawk presenting the Coco news. I didn't even explain why I'm cosplaying Hawk. I'm cosplaying Hawk because I'm cosplaying Hawk. I was just talking to myself for like 2 minutes and my phone died. That always happens. Yeah, so that's that. I really want to make more videos on here, especially about Dragon Age. Like there's so many things that I want to talk about. Dragon Age 4, and every single detail about Dragon Age I just want to make a video about. But like it's really hard to sit and talk in front of a camera and like say what you need to say. Like I praise people who do it because it's amazing that they can just get it out there. For me, it's like, I want to talk about Dragon Age 4, and then like I turn on the camera and I'm like, what's Dragon Age 4? What? I don't know. I don't even know this game. Like that's how I feel. It's so weird, but I'll do it. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this video was good. And thanks to the people who asked for it. I really appreciate that anyone looks at my cosplays and thinks, oh, I want to make something like that. Like that really means a lot to me. But that's basically where I'm up to now. Hopefully this video was alright and maybe you learned something from it. I think the most important thing to think about when cosplaying any character is that really it doesn't have to be accurate. It's just about having fun. It's about like doing something fun for yourself and possibly learning new skills, and just like the love and the passion you have for that character and you want to bring it alive. So it doesn't matter how it looks, like it just kind of matters how you feel when you wear it, that you've actually made this. Or even if you bought this, like you have a costume in front of you and you're going to put it on and you're going to be that character and you're going to look amazing, and that's all it is, and that's what cosplay is.